What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about ProText Mobility, ticker is TXTM. I've been giving ProText updates over the last month or so, and this stock hands down does have a huge amount of upside potential. Even today has gone very much green, Friday even more so. I'm going to talk about what is happening behind the scenes that a lot of investors really need to know. Before I get into any of that, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe, I greatly appreciate that. With that though, let's get right to it. So I do use Interactive Brokers for a lot of over-the-counter stocks, has amazing information and charting, so highly recommend everyone to click on the link in the description below or the comments and play around. It has a lot of good information. But despite all of that though, the biggest news that has been coming out from Twitter. So I'm just going to quickly pop over to there. So looking right here, hypothetically, they did have a lot of good things coming out of that recent convention, the cannabis convention that RSA did participate in, or RSA/ProText. But one attribute that I want to just say on a side note, RSA has really taken the act of social media and transparency to a new level, and over-the-counter stocks really do value that. So that's a very positive sign. On a side note, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But generally speaking, there was a lot of positive things that did come out from that. So looking here, so again, they did reiterate there's zero debt, which definitely is very beneficial. No reverse split, because that's one of the biggest concerns of a over-the-counter stock. But potentially, obviously, goes hand in hand with the zero debt. Usually when an over-the-counter stock does carry a lot of debt, they look at reverse splits, things like that. Never really helps anyone, unfortunately. But farm expansion plans, that's what they're talking on. $10 billion in carbon credit over the next 5 years. So very incentivizing. But despite that, though, ProText costs were already substantially cheaper than a lot of the competitors that I've even covered in the past. So that's a very positive thing. 2 to 3 billion in seeds alone. So definitely doing a lot of positive things. 3 to 4 million in purchase orders. And overall though, I do like that fact that they are having a huge product line for CBD. So definitely during the emerging growth conference that they took part in June, they did really kind of showcase a lot of their CBD products. So definitely that is going to be a very big deal. And you could tell that they were very passionate about that. So that's also another good thing. Permits as far as to import/export to the US, that definitely is a very big thing. And even outside of the US, it's more on a global scale as well. So it definitely has a lot of things, but more so I want to show you this. So they did talk on, because when it comes down to over-the-counter stocks, everyone wants to have the NASDAQ listing. That is the end goal. That's what everyone wants. There's a lot of requirements for that to be listed on the NASDAQ, but definitely shows that in a year or two, they are going to be seeking that. So that definitely is very good if you are very patient as well. In addition to that, it does say that they are very well connected to a lot of governments around the world. Again, going back to that import-export as far as globally, definitely very beneficial for a low-cost producer such as ProText. So that's something as well you need to keep in mind. It does also talk on that they have 10 products going to market and currently heading towards warehouses ran by pharmaceutical delivery companies. Very, very exciting stuff. That they're also going to be working on a new TXTM website, because keep in mind, ProText is being integrated. It was a kind of a reverse merger is what happened. So RSA did hypothetically take over ProText, how they're trying to integrate that into the new website. So having a new website in a over-the-counter play is a very big deal, and I think that's a massive understatement. So like I said, when it comes down to over-the-counter stocks, usually there's a very big lack of transparency, and even more so above that though, you don't really get that passion that you can kind of get through the conference. So this is roughly about the third time that we've actually heard them physically talk, and they do talk with a lot of passion, like I said. So that's definitely a very exciting thing, and more so on the technicals as well. So technicals are starting to look very good. Higher percent of the Bollinger Band. Stochastic is showing a very, very bullish run that is even just starting to form, and momentum number of buyers is definitely going up. So overall, I think there's a lot of upside potential. Even if you do buy this and hold it for a long-term time frame, definitely stocks like this, and especially more so in the cannabis sector, has been really hit for the last little bit. So if you are investing in the long term, this is where you should put your money. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. But with all that, let me know your thoughts on ProText in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. With that though, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on ProText.